how are you guys doing today? Today we're going to talk a little bit about the Titanic. Have any of you guys seen the movie The Titanic?
Yes.
You have? What do you guys remember from the Titanic?
It's sunk.
It's sunk?
I think
Do you think it's real or not real?
It was pretty real.
Pretty real? Yeah. Guess what? The Titanic was considered to be unsinkable, the unsinkable ship, and it was the largest ocean liner during that time, so it was pretty big. And it carried 2,240 passengers, which was a lot of people for that time. And it was its first voyage, so it only got on water once. We know that it was unsinkable, right? And we also know that it was very luxurious, so it was very special. It had a lot of different things on board. It had a gymnasium, a swimming pool, Turkish baths, a special cafe, but these special things were only for the first class passengers, the richest passengers aboard. The Titanic was actually a part of the White Star Line, which was a boat line, and it had two sister ships, the Olympic and the Titanic, and it was built in Ireland. Although it was considered one of the biggest ships at that time, compared to the ships today, it was not very big. The reason it was called the unsinkable ship was it had 16 watertight bulkheads. Bulkheads are compartments on the bottom of the ship that when something happens to the bottom of the ship, like an iceberg, they close up and they seal the water on the bottom level so the boat will not sink. But the problem with the Titanic was too many of those bulkheads filled up with water and the ship sank. One of the most important features of the Titanic was the staircase. Do you guys remember the staircase from the movie? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was big and pretty, huh? It was carved from wood and it had bronze angels on the end. So you can see them in the pictures. But this staircase was only for the first class passengers. They were the only ones allowed to use it. The grand staircase had glass domes over the top of it, so sunlight could come in, and it was very beautiful. The ship was 883 feet long by 90 feet wide, and it went up to 23 knots, so it went pretty fast. The Titanic held passengers of every social class, so there were the first class passengers that were allowed on the top of the boat, and the lower class passengers that had to stay on the bottom of the boat. So the people on the bottom didn't have much money, and the people on the top had a lot of money. On the Titanic, they spoke different languages, so that was very exciting. There were a lot of different people on the boat. The most famous person on the boat was the unsinkable Molly Brown. She was a millionaire from Denver. This is a picture of her, and a lot of other famous people were also aboard the Titanic.